If you wanted to fly your drone, but over and over again you just leave it at home, you probably have drone anxiety. Most people only think about one aspect of drone anxiety. Here's what I mean. You show up to a spot ready to fly, but there's people around. And now suddenly you're doing this weird mental math. Do they know I have a drone? Are they watching me? If I take off now, will someone think I'm filming them? Is it gonna sound like a jet engine and ruin everyone's day? And here's what makes it worse. You've seen the videos online, the confrontations, the stranger you weren't aware even existed, but they're screaming about privacy. The guy who thinks you're a creep. Even though that's never happened to you, it just sits in your brain like a threat. So what do? You wait. You walk further away. You unzip the bag, then zip it back up. You check settings even though you already checked them in the car. You stand there pretending to enjoy the view. You wait for people to leave, then more people show up. You pull out your phone to answer a message that no one sent. Anything to delay the moment where you become the person with the drone. So now you're trapped in this weird loop where you came to fly, but you spent the last 10 minutes just standing there holding a controller. After flying drones for years, I've realized something. I'm not afraid of flying, I'm afraid of being seen flying. Once the drone is in the air, I'm focused. But those 60 seconds before takeoff, that's where the fear lives. And if you fly drones in public, you probably felt this too. The weird part is most drone pilots think they're the only one feeling this. But almost everyone goes through it. Even people who've been flying for years still get nervous before takeoff. Most advice around overcoming drone anxiety is something like just fly more. And while that may help in some situations, it's not particularly useful in others. There are two types of anxiety drone pilots face. Good anxiety and bad anxiety. And once I realized that, something clicked. The anxiety wasn't random. My brain was mixing together two completely different fears. Let me break it down because in a few minutes, it'll make complete sense. Good anxiety is your brain protecting you from real risk. Checking for restrictions in the airspace before you launch. Scanning for helicopters and small planes. Monitoring the wind. Watching for birds, obstacles, trees, power lines. Planning battery usage. This is situational awareness. And this is useful. It keeps you legal, safe, and sharp. Bad anxiety is your brain protecting you from imagined social judgment, feeling like people think you're spying on them, believing you look creepy just for operating a drone, thinking everyone is staring at you during takeoff, assuming someone is about to confront or yell at you, feeling like you're doing something illegal when you're not. This isn't protecting you from danger. It's protecting you from embarrassment that almost never happens. Your brain is running worst case scenarios on loop, while in reality, most people don't care. A few are mildly curious, but no one thinks you're a spy. Your brain is preparing for some dramatic confrontation. You're looking for exit strategies. You're wondering if you could outrun the police on foot. Mentally preparing your defense like, yes, Your Honor. But the beach is public property and I wasn't flying over anyone. Actually, I think I've been a good citizen. I mind my own business. Unlike the plane. But the anticipation is always worse than the reality. Always. And social media doesn't help. It feeds you video after video of confrontations, so your brain thinks that's the norm, but it's not. They always show up on your feed because conflict drives engagement. Algorithms love that. But if you look at those videos, you convince yourself that that's normal, that every flight is going to end up like that. And it's not true. To be fair, someone who doesn't understand drones, I get why they would feel cautious. A camera flying overhead is unusual. That's why being respectful matters. But being respectful doesn't mean being paranoid. In all my time flying, the actual reactions I've gotten have been positive, maybe neutral at worst. People ask the same basic questions every single time. How high does it go? How far can it go? How fast is it? How much does it cost? You have any games on your phone? And if you ever watch back your footage, most times people aren't hiding from the drone. They're like waving at it. And this is the thing that proves this whole theory. The second the drone is airborne and out of sight, the anxiety disappears. Once it's 50 feet up, people can't immediately tell it's yours. And most times they can barely tell it's up there. So the connection between you and the drone just becomes invisible. You're another person chilling on the beach. And eventually you realize nobody cares that you're the drone guy because everyone is too busy being the main character in their own life. And that's when you drop into the flow state. You're no longer thinking about how you're being perceived anymore. You're thinking about the shot, the framing, the angle, the lighting. You're monitoring the wind, watching for obstacles, adjusting exposure, and when you land, even though the drone is visible again and clearly tied to you, the reaction is still calm. People are curious, not hostile. Kids come over and ask questions. Adults say, "Cool drone, bro," and keep walking. The anticipation was worse than the reality. Here's the weirdest part. I've flown at different events, places where I have to fly around people, and I don't get the crippling feeling. Why? Because someone asked me to be there. Suddenly, I wasn't the weird drone guy. I was the videographer. It's the same drone, same me, but a completely different story. It's like once some third party gives you permission and people are expecting you to be flying, the anxiety disappears. So I started doing something different. When I'm flying for a personal project, I ask myself one question. Am I worried about what could actually go wrong? Or am I worried about what people might think? Is it real risk? If my gut is saying, check the airspace again, or the wind is too strong, I listen, I wait, I double check, I adjust. That's good anxiety. That's my brain doing its job. But if it's imagined judgment, I acknowledge it and launch anyway. Because that anxiety isn't based on evidence, it's based on a story I'm telling myself. So if you're dealing with this, here are 7 things that actually helped me. 1, I launch quickly and get altitude fast. The initial takeoff is the loudest and most attention grabbing moment. But once it's 100 feet up, it blends into the sky, people stop noticing. 2 is I change my environment. Instead of forcing myself to fly where the anxiety is maxed out, I started looking for quieter spots. Change the time, change the place. Where there's less people, there's less bad anxiety. Now there might be times when you can't change your location, but you can change where you launch from. Maybe the beach is crowded and there's a section that doesn't have as much people. You could try launching from there. And if you have a car, then flying from the car is an S-tier experience. 3rd is I prepare everything before I arrive. The batteries are charged, the settings are configured. There's no visible fiddling in public. That way, from bag to ear is on the 60 seconds. The shorter that takeoff window, the less time I'm visibly the drone guy. 4, I stop consuming confrontation content. I block accounts that post like Karen versus drone pilot rage bait, because that stuff is garbage that messes with your expectations and it makes you think like fights are inevitable. 5 is have someone next to you. It's a well-known fact that while one person might be creepy, it's nearly impossible for 2 people to be creepy together. Actually, 6, people react different when you look calm and prepared. If you look nervous, constantly scanning around, hesitating or fumbling with your gear, people pick up on that. But confidence changes how the whole interaction feels. Also, if there's not a lot of people around, maybe just a handful enjoying a quiet area, you could just say, hey, I'm gonna fly my drone and capture some footage for a few minutes. Is that cool with you? And then lastly, 7, ask yourself, is it real risk or imagined judgment? If it's real, I listen. If it's imagined, I fly. If you've ever stood at a launch spot pretending to check your phone while mentally debating whether to fly, you're not crazy. Almost every drone pilot goes through this. Have you ever felt social anxiety when flying your drone? What helps you overcome it? Let me know in the comments. Maybe it might help someone going through it. And that's how to deal with bad anxiety. But at times, I still have to battle with the good anxiety. I mean, look, you can't win everything. But in the next video, I'm going to tell you why the pilots who feel zero anxiety are the ones you should be scared of, and why your anxiety might be the only thing keeping you from becoming one of them.